Shalom, shalom, shalom. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, as the case may be, wherever you are. I want to share some encouragement to all the believers out there and really to anybody who just needs a little encouragement. And sometimes we wonder as believers if we're on the right path, if we're doing right by the Most High. And I want to share 5 indicators, from 5 scriptures that help you to know if you are on the right path. And I've called this message the compass of your heart. And if you think of the word heart as an acrostic, which with each of those letters as the beginning of a particular point or an indicator as whether or not you're on the right path. And so I just want to delve right in and start with the word H. The first indicator as to whether or not you're on the right path is help, also known as salvation, also known as deliverance. And the reference scripture that I use there is from Psalm 121, verses 1 and 2, which says, "I will lift up my eyes to the hills. Where does my help come from? My help comes from Yahweh, who made heaven and earth." So, if you have help, if you have been delivered from something, be it troubles at work, troubles in your marriage, troubles in your finances, then you know you're on the right path. So that's one indicator. Number 2, the letter E, is enemies. Now you might be thinking, Brother Michael, enemies is not a good thing. And you're right. Having enemies is troublesome and affects your spirit and causes all kinds of problems. But if you look at Proverbs chapter 16, verse 7, it says, "When a man's ways please Yah, he makes even his enemies be at peace with him." So there you go. That you know that you're on the right path and you're doing right by the Most High. So the next indicator, the letter A, is abundance. Psalm 37, verse 25 says, "I have been young, and now I am old, yet I have not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging for bread." Now, to me, that's one indication of abundance. You might think of abundance in terms of money and having lots and lots of money, and I do agree with that. I say that is certainly a factor when you're on the right path. But even the wicked have abundance. So when you're on the right path, you're never wanting. You're never without. The next indicator is the letter R, and for R I put rest or sleep. And Psalm 4, verse 8 says, "I will lie down in peace and sleep, for you alone, O Yah, makes me dwell in safety." Have you ever been in situations where you just can't sleep? You can't sleep because of guilt of something that has happened. You can't sleep because of worry about money or your job or your relationships, or just something that's going wrong in your life that's eating away at you while you're trying to sleep. So that's one indicator. And the last letter, the letter T, is trials. Now, again, you might be thinking, having trials is not a good indicator of knowing that you're on the right path. Or is it? Because if you look at Psalm 30, chapter 34, verse 19, it says, "Many are the afflictions or trials of the righteous, but Yah delivers him out of them all." So, yeah, it hurts to go through trials. It hurts to have problems. But when you have the confidence that you know that you know that you know that Yah is going to bring you through it, that's when you know you're on the right path. And I want to say to you, if you're thinking to yourself, I don't have all these, but I want them. I have I have one or two of them, but I want all of them. And I want to know that I know that I know that I'm on the right path. So what do? You ask. You ask. Just like David says in Psalm 139, verses 23 and 24, he said, Search me, O Yah, and know my heart. Try me, and know my thoughts, and see if there is any wicked way in me, and lead me in the way everlasting. So that's it. So that's 5 indicators of whether or not you're on the right path. If you've got one or two of them, you're possibly on the right path. If you've got all 5 of them, you're very likely on the right path. So that's it. That's just the Cliff's Notes version of this short little message. I hope that it has encouraged you. I do want to say that I plan to do a more expounded videos on each of these points, and I want to expand on each and every one of them. And so look for those in the future. But for now, I just hope that this message has encouraged you and made you think, made you want to be on the right path, or made you realize that, yeah, I am doing right. So either way, shalom, 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 and be well.